These are my courgettes. I've planted new courgettes. They're coming up. There is an old, well, it's not old, it has been eaten. So I've put it in here, a tomato plant, and there's another little tomato plant there. And that's my courgette. Oh no, that's pumpkin. Is it pumpkin? Yep, so one of those little pumpkins growing. Chinese cabbage, pumpkin plant, and some lettuce. I'm going to have to take that out. It's a bit messy in here, but I've just rescued some, not rescued, but just had to keep them in here for a bit because I need to make more space in my allotment. This is also my pumpkin plants. No, cucumbers. Sorry, I'm going to have to take these out and get some more space for these. I haven't got any space at the moment, so I'm going to do that. Gosh, the water looks mucky, but that's meant to be, flipping heck, cauliflower. And over here, between the brambles, is some carrots growing. Some courgettes growing here on top of a hugel mound. That's water for the bees for when they're hungry. I'm going to sort of clean that up a bit. Got some beetroot growing here amongst the weeds, and this is meant to be my wildflower area. Had some poppies and everything come up in sort of May, June, so I don't know what's going to come up now, we'll see. And my blackberry bushes full of beautiful blackberries, but we'll see as well. It's beautiful, these beautiful blackberries. Really nice, gorgeous. One singular corn. Here I've planted, you can see it's coming up, some cocoa melon. I know it's late to plant those, what I'm seeing, but I'll see. And also some beef tomatoes coming up. This is an area I hardly use, and this is the area I thought I'd just throw everything in and see what happens. So we've got some beef tomato, tiny beef tomatoes coming up. There's a blade of grass over there, and then over here, hopefully it looks like cocoa melon, tiny cocoa melons, so we'll see. And also as well, got some cocoa melons in here, but it seems like the cocoa melons thrown straight into the grass is growing more than the cocoa melons thrown into the pot, so we'll see. Got some beautiful blackberries here growing. Well, I picked quite a lot of them off this yesterday. So blackberries growing there, beautiful blackberries there. So I'm very pleased with that. It happens every year anyway. It's just that I cut back this branch, these brambles quite a bit. So got some. Still got my strawberry plant here, growing some strawberries. There's lots hanging down, but you know, season for strawberries not really now. But getting the last of them, so that's nice. I do not know what's happening here, but these are zucca. I think these are zucca leaves for zucca pumpkins, Italian pumpkins. So what had happened is last year I had ordinary pumpkin seeds with quite large ones, including zucca seeds, and I just threw them all into the ground. Well, sorry, I didn't throw them into the ground. The pumpkin I didn't use just rotted down, brought it back to the allotment and it rotted down, and where the seeds were, I just covered it over with soil, dug it around and just let it grow. So it's grown like this. I don't know if I'll get any vegetables, and as you can see, some are growing here, some are growing there. So we'll see. Some corn in there, obviously bits of weeds, but those weeds growing over there, that tiny little clusters, it's not too bad. It's called wild spinach, which apparently you can make some lovely spinach bhajis with, and some lovely curries from certain regions of India, as I was told. So I'm going to find out exactly what regions. Take those wild spinach there and cook with it. Behind one of my sheds here, we have just some wild, well, it's all wild, but you know, blackberries growing. Didn't cut this back or cultivate it, so I am going to just pick these. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. All that needs cutting back, but I'll get the blackberries so I can see the sort of metal shed, which I want to turn into sort of one of those cold houses, and yeah, and put a plastic roof on top. So here's just the other part that no one's really using at the moment. Some blackberries there, pick those, eat those. Just since they've been growing, I've just been working and just picking them and eating them like that. But I want to make some muffins or something. I'm not really someone who will make muffins, but I would like throw some flour together and bits and bobs and make a lovely vegan cake or a quick pastry of some sort. But I'm not a muffin type, but I'll make it. If it's there, I'll eat it. I'm not sweet-toothed really, but I like strudels and things like that, so we'll see. Still at the back of the shed. This shed it's a cold house, I call it. It's got a plastic roof on top, and so it was built on top of where I had my pumpkins last year. I didn't have pumpkins. What did I have last year here? Oh, like corn and courgettes and things, and lots of nasturtiums. So there's quite a lot nasturtiums coming through under the brickwork. So there's my massive cooking apple tree and my little apple trees with a cherry tree there, and this is meant to be a pear tree, but it hasn't fruited. The peach tree here is not alive anymore, but my other little apple trees are growing, so that's nice. Big apple tree. Got some plum trees round the back, round the front. Big, massive, giant plum trees, and a sweet apple tree. My herbs, chocolate mint. The thing is, they're still in their pots because I have to fill all these plastic bottles, turned flower pots with soil, and then put the herbs in. So you've got ordinary garden mint, ordinary chocolate mint there, and curry leaves, chocolate mint, and get that in. Tomato plant hanging around. Oh, I don't know what this is. It's just something I threw in a pot ages ago. It's just starting to grow. I think they're cabbage leaves or something, but obviously I have to separate these and put them into the ground. There's a space over the other side. The first blackberry brambles that I showed you, I want to put I don't know what I'm going to put there, but I want to make space over where I'm standing. I won't show you. It's a bit of a mess. Make space and put cauliflower and cabbage and winter things. Over here, I've got more bits and bobs growing in pots because look at this mess. This is the mess I was talking about. I tried to make a hugel mound, but I need to cut all this part, dig it, and then plant lots of things. I was hoping to get melons in here, but I don't know. There's a melon in the smallest pot, but we'll see. My beautiful, so you saw some mess in my allotment and the neighbours just going on as usual. This is my first allotment. Not much can grow here. It's just the ground is quite depleted. So for this allotment, I'm going to make a container area, and all over here, I'm going to turn this into, well, that's a hugel mound I'm trying to make. All this bit here, I'm going to turn into like a chicken area. Just want to have some rescue chickens, maybe give the eggs to the cats. I don't know but just have some of that, you know. Anyway, so this is my yellow plum tree, and this is a hugel mound I'm building to grow, like, I don't know, more summer vegetables. This is my sweet apple tree. Thank you for watching. Part 2 coming shortly.